Hey guys, how you doing? Hoe gaan het met masterkennis? Nou, this whole week's topic basically, or from now on, is Fast and Furious. So it's faith versus Fast and Furious. Because who hasn't watched all of the Fast and Furious movies? Now this is faith and Fast and Furious versus Fast and Furious. So who doesn't like to drive? Let's take it personal. Let's take it biblically. Now, all of us want to drive one day. I drive at the moment. Yuda drives. Most of the leaders basically have their driver's licenses. But before you can get authority to drive on the road legally, we know some of you don't. Now, everyone wants to drive, but before you have to drive, you have to go through a process. First, you have to know how to start the car, but before that, you have to know all of the road signs, and before that means you have to know your safety rules. You have to know your road signs. You have to know what lane to take. You have to prepare yourself before you're legal to go on the road. Now the same is with the Bible and with Christianity. Basically, we can't actually talk about the Bible with someone if you don't know the whole truth. If you don't prepare yourself well enough, because let's be honest, some of us makes mistakes. We don't know everything, so we try and help someone, but basically it's like a half truth. From personal point of view, in my past, like a testimony, in my past, I told someone something in the Bible, but I didn't knew entirely the thing, because if you read on and on and on and on, it's said one way and then it's twisted the other way, and I basically confused the person, and that stuck by them, and they're like, but now I'm confused. This person says this, but this person says that, and that's where the bombarding comes in and the confusion. And if you basically look, that's the problem with these days, is before any of us prepared ourselves, we basically go in and drive that car, which we're not authorized to drive at the moment. And then we cause accidents. We can even kill someone. You can kill someone's faith. You can kill their spirit. And basically, you can cause more harm than good. So it's basically better to first go and prepare yourself and learn to build up knowledge. And how do we do that? Well, you have your parents. What do? They drive you around from place to place. So if you go and you see how they start the car, you see how they drive, if they're good role models, if they were prepared well enough, then you will be prepared well enough. So it's basically, your parents should be able to guide you, and the people around you. And if you just watch and be obedient, and then even go through your Bible, if you learn and you see everything around you, and you prepare yourself, you acknowledge yourself, and you basically prepare yourself for the test to come, then you'll know. He'll send someone, or he'll speak to you, and he says, okay, now's the time. Now you basically through the learner's phase, through the hard pressuring oil fire phase, and now you can go out. So my thing I wanted to tell you guys is that sometimes it's not necessarily a bad thing to want to help someone, but we should always think twice. That we should ask ourselves, do I really know what I'm talking about? Can I really help the person, or is someone else more qualified? Is someone more qualified to drive this car at the moment, that you can sit on the side? Because it's not always fun driving, believe me. It's now a hype for you guys. I was hyped, like, yes, I'm gonna get my learners, I'm gonna go drive. And then when I got the thing, I got past, and I'm like, yes, no, but then there just comes another test and another thing to prepare before you get your driver's license. And the whole thing is that if you skip things, you lose out, and it's better not to skip. Because I know we get road signs in the learner's booklet. There's these weird triangular signs and things. Most of the stuff you don't get here, like the icy roads or the mudslides or the stuff. You don't basically, here's no mud. It basically doesn't even rain in Walfish Bay. So we don't actually need it, but the thing is, why do they learn it to us? It's not irrelevant. Because if you think about it, if you want to travel throughout the world, you're going to come across one of those things. So the thing is the same with the Bible. You can't pick and choose what you want to know, what you want to learn, what calls to you. It's basically, you have to learn the whole thing, because there is going to come a time and a place, and somewhere in this world, there's going to be, you're going to travel. Even if you're going to stay here, you're not going to meet the same people every day. Someone's going to come, another hazard's going to come, and you're going to be able to apply that in your basic, because you're prepared. Now, what happens if you're not prepared? You're going to mess that thing up. Like, if you didn't know, just a fun fact, here we don't get icy roads, but did you know if you drive your car and it's an icy road and your car's butt starts to slide, what you should do is you should swing the car to the same way where your car's butt is sliding to stable it out. Now, what some people do is they didn't know that, so then instincts tells you to go the opposite, and then the whole thing spins out of control. And that's basically what happens with us, with Christianity and with the Bible, is everything starts to shift, and then as it shifts, you basically go and you panic. If you're not prepared well enough, you don't even think, then you panic, then your flesh takes over, because that's a flesh moment. Then you spin and you throw, and everything, your whole life feels like it's busy spinning out of control and everything's going haywire. But if you prepared well enough, because let's be honest, if you prepared for an exam, you don't stress, you don't forget anything. There can come this thing about, I don't know. But if you prepared really well enough and you put faith in God and in His Word, because His Word, that's why He says, my Word is never changing. You can't take something out, you can't put something in. It's stable. Now, what else can prepare you well enough if it's stable, if it's sufficient, if it's perfect? So my thing that I just wanted to tell you guys is prepare yourselves well enough and think twice. It's good to help someone, even friends, but there are people that are a bit more acknowledged, and there are situations where you will be well prepared enough, because everyone has a different type of life. My life and the other leaders' lives growing up isn't the same, but it's through that we learned our own, because we all have, it's not like Nates and the other Nates, like all of them have different types of papers. It's the same with us. All of us have different tests to write, different things we need to learn. Because if we all had to learn the same thing, then we wouldn't be, why would He put us in a place where we would have to help someone if they would have learned the same thing by then? It's the whole thing about each one goes through something, each one learns something different, but the thing is, if we all stick to His Word and compare it to His Word, that's where we all come together, and that's where the unity comes in. So the thing is, be glad, be prepared, and be excited to learn, but don't be overly excited that you skip phases and that you make a whole mess of everything. But that's it. I hope to see you guys at youth. Come to youth, please. We miss you, we love you, and come to church on Sundays. It's really something good. We want to see you guys in this trying time. Love you. Bye.